Happy Friday. It's Jen from Peanut Butter Runner. Hope everyone has had a good week. I'm going to do a Q&A video post today. I did one of these a few weeks ago and got some good feedback, so I think I'm going to make it a monthly thing on the blog. So this morning I asked on Twitter and Facebook if anyone had any questions that they would like for me to answer or address, and got some good ones. So let's get straight to it. The first is from Stephanie, and she says, I'm in my first week of marathon training and looking to start yoga for cross training. What type style of yoga do I suggest for a runner, and should I take a class or do a DVD? First of all, yoga is a fabulous cross training activity for any kind of running, not just marathons, long distance stuff. That's actually how I got into yoga, was wanting to stop hurting when I was training for marathons because I constantly got injured. And now I just love yoga. So as far as the type or style, it really just depends on the person. You might have to try a few different styles to see kind of what resonates with you. If you're looking for something that's going to be more of an athletic cross-training activity, I would look into styles of yoga like power yoga, flow classes, maybe Ashtanga. If you're looking for something a little more restorative, then I would look for classes like deep stretch. And as far as whether or not you would take a class or do a DVD, I always recommend to take a class if you do have access to that. It's just invaluable to have the teacher there and to have that hands-on classroom experience. But if that isn't an option for you, there are tons of resources out there. I wouldn't do a DVD, but there's a lot of subscription services like yogadownload.com where you can do a lot of different styles of classes and you won't get bored doing the same DVD over and over. So good luck with the yoga. Let me know how it goes, Stephanie. The second question that seems to be a popular one is from Carolyn, and she says, what are some of the staple food items that I have around the house? You seem to always throw together some amazing looking healthy meals. I would be running to the grocery store every day. I'm such a creature of habit and buy basically the same things at the grocery store every week. My kind of routine is to go to the farmer's market on Saturday mornings, and that's where I pick up most of my fruits and veggies and whatever's in season, and then I kind of build around that. I always have like a selection of cheeses, eggs, grains, bread. Every week at the grocery I always have spinach or some other kind of green, and avocados, of course. I'm still not sick of them after the 2 cases that I received. So I always have the same like stock basics in the house, and I turn to the same types of food a lot, you know, the open-faced sandwiches, salads, the egg scrambles, always roasting veggies with whatever I have in the fridge. I'll do another post sometime soon and show actual pictures of kind of like what my staples are in the pantry and also in the refrigerator. That's a great idea, thank you. Tara says, do I turn to one particular exercise like yoga, running, body pump more than others when you're just absolutely in a funk/crummy mood to help you snap out of it? It depends on whether I'm just in a workout funk or whether I'm in a crummy mood. If I'm in a workout funk, I would say that I would probably normally turn to yoga because it just feels good for me and I can't always motivate myself to run or lift weights. If I'm in a crummy mood, then my booty is definitely going out on a run. There's just something about running that just has a mental effect on me that nothing else does. You know, if I'm upset about something or stressed, I immediately usually just put on the running shoes and take off. Kimberly asks, do you count the classes that I teach, such as body pump, as part of my workout, or do you do something on your own? Also, she just observed her first CrossFit WOD and was enamored. She really wants to try it but doesn't want to risk injury during marathon training. So first of all, regarding teaching and whether I count that as a workout, I only count it as a workout if I do the class with them, and the only class that I teach in which I participate with my class is body pump. And I only teach one body pump class a week. When I teach yoga, I never ever practice with my students. I'm walking around the room and assisting and talking and playing with the music and fans and whatnot. So I always practice yoga on my own, never with my students. And when I coach classes at the gym, I coach form and everything, and the small group classes, I don't participate with them. And as far as being scared of getting injured during CrossFit, I definitely would not start CrossFit like 2 weeks before your first marathon, but I wouldn't be totally opposed to starting it during marathon training in general. CrossFit is not scary. It's actually very scalable. There's always different options presented for all different skill and ability levels, and whether or not you have a long run coming up and just don't want to go super heavy on something. You can always scale the workouts to meet your ability. All right, let's do 1 or 2 more questions. We're getting long here. Leah says, do I know much about prenatal yoga? She's 21 weeks along and thinking about starting it. Will I actually get a workout? I think that totally depends on the studio and the teacher. I don't know a lot about prenatal yoga, but at least at the studio where I've had experience with it, they kind of format it where you come in and for the first like 15 or 20 minutes, it's kind of everyone checks in and introduces themselves and talks about how they're feeling and the challenges they're having. And then you actually do go into a yoga class. I think they're definitely a lot more scaled down than your normal yoga class. But I've heard wonderful things about prenatal yoga as far as how it can prepare you for labor and delivery, as far as breathing techniques go and opening up through the hips and areas that get tight. So try it out. You won't have anything to lose. And final question, Carolyn wants to know, where can I find a good marathon training plan for her first 26.2? And what did I use for my first? I ran my first marathon a long time ago, but I did Hal Higdon's novice plan from his marathoning book, and I would definitely recommend it. It's not anything crazy, but it'll definitely get you to the finish line of your first marathon, and it's not going to kill you in the process of training. For my second marathon, I used Runner's World Smart Coach, and really liked that too because I only ran 3 times a week. I cross-trained so much. At the time I was doing a lot of yoga and teaching body pump, and I just did not have the time to dedicate to running like 5 days a week. And the 3-day-a-week thing really worked well for me, but it just depends on the person. I also have a high propensity for injury, so I try to do lowest mileage but highest like training value that I can. So we are 7 minutes into this video. I think we should shut it down. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and always feel free to shoot questions my way, and I love to answer them and share anything that I can with you guys. So enjoy the weekend. Bye.